Only because you ain't here.
I'm starting off by removing everything that I had on my nails previously, and this includes the diamonds that you see here. So I'm just clipping them off, and they're flying everywhere, but at least they're off. And after I do that, then I'm going in with my drill, and I'm using a 5-in-1 bit and removing any of the polish that is left over, or any of the glue that is left over from the gems, or any of the gems that I really couldn't get off by clipping them off. I'm just taking the 5-in-1 bit and pretty much filing them off. With that tool, I'm going to be clipping out any lifts that I have in my nail. I especially had some lifting in my pointer finger. I had this set on for about a month and a half, so a little bit of lifting I'm not mad at. And I'm just checking to make sure that I got the entire lift out so that I don't get any greenies later. But after I get the clip in, I just go in and file and make sure that it is smooth so that the application is smooth. And now I am just going to be prepping my natural nail now, getting all that dead skin off of my nail plate. And I just kind of go in this circular motion that you see here, and you can really see that skin just coming up off of my nail, and that's going to be good for the retention. Then I'm going in with the sanding band just to clean up anything extra that I did not get with the previous bit, and also using that to smoothen out the natural nail and the artificial nail. After I do that, I'm going in with my cuticle cutters, and I'm just going to be getting any of the flyaway skin that we pushed up from earlier. So I am just dehydrating my nails, and then after that I am priming with Mia's Secret, and then I'm also priming with Young Nails Protein Bond. After that I am using Valentino's Candyland, and I am also using the C&D Retention Monomer. And I am just going to be filling in my nails with a small bead, and then I'm also going to be going in with a second bead to refix my shape, because I've had these nails on for a month and a half, so I've lost my square shape a little bit. So that second bead is just going to help reconstruct the nail a little bit and really get it to a nice square shape. And I am making my beads a little bit more on the wetter side because my room was a little bit warmer than usual, so my beads were drying quicker. So if you're in a warmer climate, you want to make a little bit more of a wetter bead. That way you have more time to work with your product. So that is what I'm doing here, and you see me going in with that second bead again just to fix my shape. And also I think my brush is a size 8, I believe. I got it off of Amazon, and it works pretty well. And so I am just repeating that by taking that medium-sized bead, and I'm going to be pulling that downward and filling in that space without flooding. So I kind of keep my hand on a downward motion, that way the product doesn't run back up into my cuticle causing any flooding. I'm also cleaning my sides just to make sure there's no acrylic there. And then again, I'm going in with that second bead and placing it right under where the last bead left off. And I'm going to be reshaping my nail, and I'm looking at it at all different angles just to make sure the acrylic has touched every single part of the nail, and going in and just giving that a square shape. And I'm just going to be repeating that process on the rest of my nails, so I'm just going to let you watch. So now I'm going in with my 5-in-1 bit, and I have my drill on a speed 35, and all I'm doing is smoothing out the nails. So I'm going to be going side to side and then taking it around my cuticle area to make sure that it is flush to the nail so that it looks like it's growing out of my own nail plate. And I am just going to keep repeating that same step of going side to side, and then sometimes I kind of use my finger to fill out to make sure that the nail is smooth. But that's pretty much my whole filing process when it comes to my e-file, is that I just use my 5-in-1 bit and I am going side to side to make sure the nail is completely smoothing out, and then going around the cuticle area to make sure that it is blended well. Now, still with the e-file, I like to take it on my sides just to clean up my shape, because it is a little bit harder for me to file my own hand with the regular file. So the e-file just helps me get a crisper square, especially when I'm doing square. I do this step and it just makes the filing process 1,001 times easier. So now when I'm going in with my 8080 grit file, I don't have to really do too much hand filing, and my work is pretty much done. I'm just using this to go underneath the nail to make sure the nail is straight. Now I'm also taking that file and just smoothing out my sides from where I just went heavy with the e-file. Every girl that does their own nails knows this is the pose that you have to do to get the tip straight, but it works. It's awkward, but it works. And then after I do that, I go underneath my nail again and make sure that it is smooth and out under there and it's not thick. And then I'm taking some acetone and really sealing in my nails. And now I'm going in with my art. I'm using Valentino's polish for this pinky nail, and I'm creating a pink French tip. Next, I am going to be adding this gold chain to my pinky just for some extra flavor. For this next finger, I'm using D&D's brown polish and mixed it with a little bit of white, and I'm creating another French tip on this finger. Now I'm going in with Honey Fan, and I am just creating some cheetah print marks on my finger, making it real thick so the nail is actually full of cheetah print. Now, using my rhinestone glue, I'm going to be adding in my first charm. Look how cute she is. On my pointer finger, I know I skipped the middle finger, I don't know why, but I'm going to come back to it, of course. My pointer finger, I'm doing another pink French tip. Also, the key to my French tips is that I do a V tip first, and then I kind of just round it off and make it thicker based on how thick I want the French to be. Then I just go ahead and just fill in the sides, and then it's like the perfect French tip every time. Now I'm going in with my airbrush and just brushing on some dark brown here, and I'm just cleaning up the French. Added on a white zebra print here, and basically just creating little strokes in between to really make it full. Like I was saying, for the cheetah print nail, I like full print nails. I'm going ahead in and adding this cute little heart alongside with another Hello Kitty cheetah print charm, and they just looked really well together. Now I'm going back in on that middle finger that I just so happened to skip and creating that perfect French again. You see me doing the V tip and then rounding it off, making it thicker. and then filling in my sides. And this is a brown by Honey Nail Secret. And I'm also going in with white on this nail and putting 2 dots side to side and putting a dot at the top to make this into a hibiscus flower. So I did 5 points of those, and then I'm just pulling the white down, kind of just flicking it to create that hibiscus flower look. Now I'm going in and doing that line in the middle to really make it look like a flower, and then just adding little extra lines to the side and some dots. I also went in and airbrushed a light pink on the inside of the flower, and I'm kind of just trying to clean it up to make it, you know, look nicer. I'm going in on my thumb with that light brown that I put on the ring finger and doing basically the same thing. Brown cheetah print. So with that medium tone brown, I am creating little sporadic dots on the French tip. Then I'm going in with that chocolate brown and creating the cheetah print. And then in the spaces that aren't with the lighter brown, I put little dots of the chocolate brown. And then I'm outlining the thumb with pink. On my middle finger, I added these little gold balls for accent so that the pinky nail didn't stand out too much. And then I top coated with Koopa, and this is how they came out.